All right, I think we're live. Good morning, everyone. John Hutchings here, Healthy Edge Live, episode 153, The Power of 7. If you saw my preview on the Healthy Edge Blueprint Facebook page, I had one hand holding the phone, so I had to do 7 like this, but it's the power of 7 this morning. And you might ask, if you didn't watch yesterday's episode, what is the power of 7? The power of 7 is this. When I was laying out the blueprint, 7 seemed to be a prevalent number. I had 7 components. I think it now has 8. The Get Moving Challenge, I called it the Lucky Sevens, and we had a Lucky 7 scratch-off ticket. I still do that, by the way. I should post those. I haven't been scratching off winners. That's where you reward yourself for 7 consecutive days out of 7. In a week of doing the Get Moving Challenge to reinforce positive behaviors. You buy yourself a Lucky 7 scratch-off ticket, or you can win up to $2,700. Free plug for New York State Lottery there. So 7 started to become this prevalent theme. Now, some of those 7s have grown to 8, and I think there's 9 or 10 movements in the Get Moving Challenge. We've added hip bridges. We've added happy baby pose at the end. But the area where 7 has remained and I believe has lasting power is in the weight training rep scheme that I've built that utilizes a 7, 17, and 27 rep sets in building volume into your weight training. Now, volume is simply the collective amount of weight that you move over the course of a singular workout. So that's your volume. Intensity that we measure, and if you follow this page on Facebook, I haven't posted it on YouTube, and we are on both channels, Healthy Edge Blueprint, by the way, on Facebook. Give us a like, give us a follow, give us a share. On YouTube, tune in, subscribe, and get notifications on both when we go live. Sometimes we'll do live look-ins on Wednesdays for CrossFit, and we're going to do more of that going forward. So click on that little notification up in the upper right-hand corner, I believe. It's a bell on Facebook. Same thing on YouTube, and you'll get notifications when we go live. But anyway, power of 7, the volume is the total amount of weight that you move over the course of a singular workout. Intensity is volume divided by time. So what we're trying to do is use the cyclical periodization of intensity to progressively move our volume higher to get in better shape, stronger, building denser muscle as we build along the program with the blueprint weightlifting component. Where 7 comes into play is this. Traditionally, weightlifting routines have been built around a 10 to 15 rep range with a heavy set being like a 5. If you've heard people talk about a 5x5 weight training program, they're doing 5 sets of 5 reps with heavy weight that causes them probably to fail around 5. It's probably 80 to 90% of their single rep max. When I first started the 7, and I said, how can I work 7 into this? I used it on my 15 rep sets. Again, bodybuilders, weightlifters kind of get locked into this mentality. So a high rep set, a high rep range was 15. So when I added 17, I literally had to check my mental engagement as I cruised toward the end of a set where my body and my mind was acclimated to the number 15. I felt at 13, I started to disengage. 13, 14, 15. And to use a running analogy, I wasn't running through the tape. I was slowing down and hitting the tape, almost half at rest. I had to re-engage my brain and refocus my energy to do 16 and 17, which then I found was a good thing in adding overall volume, which then increased your intensity, because it doesn't take a lot of extra time to do 2 extra reps. So you've got, 2 out of 15, that's 1 out of 7. You're adding about 14% volume onto your set with 2 more reps, the difference between 15 and 17. So then I started doing that, and I thought, hey, let me do the heavy end where I was usually doing 5. I'll reconfigure that to do 7. So again, when you add 2 more reps onto a 5 rep set, you're adding 40% more volume onto your sets. So you're getting more volume, and if you're doing it in about the same amount of time, you're getting more intensity. So volume and intensity is how you make progress with weight training. There's average workload, which we figure into the equation too, which over time you want to get stronger per rep. That's kind of measuring your power output and overall strength. And that's a component too, but that will come along when you build in the proper volume and intensity. Think about marathon running. You want to go out and put in a base of miles. With weight training, you want to put in a base of reps. So the 7 and 17 give you 14 and 40% extra volume, respectively. So then I said, let's mess around with this 27 rep set. It's almost like an extended warm-up. So you pick a weight that's relatively easy, and what I had been doing traditionally is a warm-up set anyway, like a lighter weight of my 15 reps, which is now 17. And I was throwing that in. I don't know if I want to call them junk reps, but they were less than focused reps. You should be really accentuate. I'm, kind of mimicking a bench press here as I talk about it, but you should be accentuating both the positive and negative portion of the exercise when you're doing warm-ups. But many times, and if you guys are lifting weights out there, you know what I'm talking about. You just kind of mindlessly bang out the reps and you don't get a lot out of it. At 27 reps, though, fatigue actually starts setting in at whatever weight that you're doing. If you're doing an empty bar on a bench press, you'll start to get fatigued a little bit, which will cause you to engage mentally and say, okay, subconsciously or consciously, you're like, I've got some work to do. I got to focus. I got to pay attention here. And then you're going to engage with your warm-up set and get some value out of those reps at the 27 rep range. Not to mention adding more volume to your set or an overall workout, thus increasing volume and intensity. It really doesn't take that much time to go from 15 reps in a warm-up to 27. You think it does. It's almost an increase of 100% in terms of, how many more reps. It's probably about 88%. But here's the thing. The time that you spend in a workout is mostly spent in between sets. That's where you lose time and waste time. So we came up with other components of this, the power of 7 workouts, like the grinder, we call it, where we're overlapping sets and body parts within the construct of a single workout. We can talk about that in future episodes here of Healthy Edge Live. But I wanted to talk about the power of 7 reps, 17 reps, and 27 reps. Then we use them in the periodization. We'll either do straight sets of 17. We'll do a pyramid of 27, 17, and 7 like we did yesterday on chest, shoulders, and tris. We had 4 people out there in the weight room kind of knocking that around. 2 beginners. That's kind of an intermediate to advanced move, so we didn't have them quite doing the 27 reps. But here's the thing with the blueprint. We've got something for everyone, and as it continues to evolve and develop, it will continue to be the most effective way to make positive, permanent changes to your physique. A lot of P's there. Alliteration, I love that when it works out. So weight training, it's the key. We've talked about that in past episodes of Healthy Edge Live, where weight training is how you make permanent changes. Now, how we accentuate and accelerate that, we use some high intensity training, which I'm going to go do in about 5 minutes at the Blueprint Bootcamp class every Tuesday and Thursday right here at World Gym Rochester, worldgymrochester.com. I think we're still doing $19 down on a gold membership. We haven't changed that yet from September. It's October 2nd already. Man, time flies. But yeah, we accentuate and accelerate with the bootcamp high intensity, and you can do that 2 times a week with me, 6 a.m., Tuesday, Thursday at World Gym Rochester. Come on down. I don't know if you have time to get here, but by the time we're done warming up, you could be here. So hustle down if you haven't yet. Power of Sevens, that's our topic for today. Check it out at healthyedgeblueprint.com. I'm going to write up a blog. I haven't yet. Been kind of thinking about how I want to formulate it. It's going to help you add volume, thus add intensity, which leads to progress and results. Not only that, it'll break through any mental barriers. Sometimes you get yourself in ruts and you just need to stimulate a new level of growth mentally as well as physically. The Power of Sevens will do that as well. I'm John Hutchings. This is Healthy Edge Live every weekday morning, right around 5:30, 5:45 on the Healthy Edge Blueprint Facebook page and YouTube channel. Hopefully you guys will subscribe, like, share, follow, all that stuff. And I'll see you again here tomorrow, Wednesday, on the Healthy Edge Blueprint. Have a great day, guys. Talk to you soon.